Hey up, me ducks, it's Simon here. How are we all doing? Hope we're having a great Saturday. I'm exhausted. I'm really, really exhausted. I kept thinking then I could hear the music still playing. So I've had a full on day. I haven't lit any incense. We're going to have white sage and Palo Santo. I got this little, it was a couple of weeks ago. I really like it. It's like a mosaic dish, but it's got a bit here for you to put your incense in. I put a tea light on there as well. But gosh, oh, that's the last one. I've got another pack of that though. So I'm so unprepared. How's everybody doing? Lovely to see everybody in chat. I was just losing track of time, listening to that music and watching you all chatting away, and almost forgot to go live. There we go. So let's have that. Some Palo Santo and white sage. Smells divine. So we'll like that. We'll do some hellos. Let's say hello to a few people. Who's here? So we've got Brian, no, Cards of Light. Caroline, hello, Caroline. Our lovely Kim, a year and a day. Frank, Indra. Whenever I see your name, Indira, I think of Idra's web, the analogy of Idra's web. I don't know if people are aware of that beautiful analogy. Susie, Maharet, Exploring Tarot, Jennifer Rebecca, Kat Evans, first time catching a live. Well, welcome, Kat. Nice to have you here. Lovely Christina, Violet Aries Moon. Greetings from Canada. Stephanie, nice to see you. Stephen, hello, Stephen. Susie and Mike. Debbie, hello, Debbie. Exploring Tarot. Tortoise Shell, Moon. MA, nice to see you, MA. And Frank, Shauna, hello, Shauna. Forever Wear After, nice to see you again. And who else have we got? The lovely Navneet, hello, Navneet. Robin's here, hi, Robin. And Wandering Witch. I've said Shauna. And Laurie, nice to see you. Glad to make a live. It's been a while. It has, but it's lovely to see you. Trio of Witches, welcome. Yeah, so welcome to everybody who's here. I hope you've all got a drink now. Oh, how strange. That's not kind of worked out. I haven't got a hot drink today. I went to Waitrose and I bought, it's quite expensive, so I only buy it every so often, but it's a peach juice and it's pure peach juice and it's gorgeous. So I popped it into the fridge and let it cool at the freezer, sorry, and let it cool for about an hour just before it starts to freeze. And then took it out, so it's lovely. So it's a really warm day here today in the UK. So t-shirt, shorts, that sort of thing. Well, I hope everybody's having a lovely holiday weekend. I had Friday off yesterday. I'm all behind on my days. So yesterday was Saturday. Today feels like Sunday. I keep thinking it's back to work tomorrow, but I've got another 2 days because our bank holidays is Good Friday and Easter Monday. So we get a long weekend. We get 4 days off. So finish work Thursday, back on Tuesday, which is nice. Don't know it, Simon. We'll definitely look it up. Idra's web. Yeah, so it talks about how all of us as souls are interconnected. And Idra's web was an analogy of a web that is interlocked, every joint with like a crystal. So it's like a big net. So the crisscross nets, but every time there's a join, there's a crystal. And when it's reflected in light, like in the sun, if you move just one crystal, every other crystal responds through this web by shining their light, just by moving one. And that's the analogy of how we are all interconnected. The mind and the body is interconnected, but the self and the environment is interconnected. And that's where you get the whole sort of thing, like if you want to be the change, if you want to see, what is it? Be the change that you want to see in the world, because it starts with us. If we change and we reflect that out, then everybody else and the environment changes. Um, so yeah, look it up. I'm terrible at kind of memorizing things or repeating things back. It's like, that's why I never tell jokes, because they fall flat. You can hear the funniest joke ever and I'll laugh for ages, but then when I try and tell it to someone, I always get that sort of response. So yeah, Idra's web is, if you look it up, you'll be able to read about it online, but it's a gorgeous analogy. I'm currently making a frozen pizza for a late lunch. Oh, I had a fab lunch. So today, um, Dan has been over. A lot of you will be familiar with my friend Dan. So Dan and I have been friends since 2018. He is a YouTuber, although he's not really done anything on his channel since last summer. He came with us to the Tarot meetup in Glastonbury last year. But his channel was Epine du Veil, because he went to live in France for a short time. But now he's back. It's translated back to Thorn of the Veil. And Dan is up in Manchester, so it's a couple of hours drive, but he came down today and we've had a fab day. We've had coffees, and I say plural because we've had a few coffees. We had lunch out. We walked and we walked and we walked. In fact, I didn't vlog this time. I did take some pictures. So we went to a park. We walked along the river, and halfway along the river, we stopped at the waterfront and had a lunch, which was really nice. And then we carried on along the river and we got to one of my favourite parks called Highfields. And they've got the most amazing trees. So here's one picture. Um, and I just love it there. It's got a huge lake. You can hire a boat. You can go out on the lake in a boat or a canoe. There's all sorts, crazy golf, lots of stuff. Um, and this one, look at the oh, just look at it. Spot the squirrel. I kind of took that picture because I wanted to catch a squirrel, but I don't know if you'll spot it or not. But it's over to the right. I was going to point at it then, but that'd be completely pointless, being as the picture's covering most of the screen. But it's on the right hand side. It's just running down towards the bin, um, and then I got a closer up as he was coming running back. But yeah, the roots on that tree, they're amazing, aren't they? I see it. Um, and then even like we're walking, the roots are coming. Look at that, going down the side of a wall. Amazing. And that's the big lake that we walk around. And if you see that, um, those three arches in the distance underneath the building, we walked along there as well. So we walked all the way around this park, which was really nice. So yeah, that was just a selfie. You have to do a selfie, and then we just came back into the city. We came back on a tram because it was such a long walk down there. Uh, and we came back on a tram, and we just that's my favorite coffee shop, right in an historic part of the city where there's lots of amazing architecture and things there. So yeah, I love it. And so I walked nearly 36 kilometers, 21,871 steps. So hopefully, hopefully this week, even though there's been a couple of lunches out and it's Easter, should have done all right on the weight loss front. We will see. But I've been walking every morning. Oh, and before that, I got up at 5 o'clock, had a shower, drove over to my friends, and we walked dogs. We do a good hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes walk, and then we have a coffee and I drive back. And I'm back in Nottingham for about 8:30 in the morning. And I did that Friday morning, yeah, this morning. So you don't know where I am, and not nearly said yesterday. Friday morning, this morning, I'm doing it tomorrow morning and Monday morning. So that's almost the length of a marathon. Yeah, my feet are killing me. My feet are really killing me. Will you be having any chocolate hairs tomorrow? No, I'm trying to be good. trying to be good, but Kelly Bear always tells me off for saying that as well. She's like, "There's no bad and good. Don't view food as bad and good." And if I say I've been naughty, she's like, "No, you haven't been naughty." But again, that's about our relationship with food, isn't it? Good and bad, naughty and stuff like that. So yeah. But anyway, everything in moderation and all that. 36 kilometers, that's impressive. Thank you. So, we also went to Ice Nine, which is a really nice alternative shop, and we went into Waterstones. I did make a couple of purchases, but before I show you them, I want hello, Sandra. I want to do a couple of channel shout outs. I've not done channel shout outs for a while because the last few weeks, I've interviewed people. So, as you know, I had Candy last week and Marty the week before. So two channels I want to shout out that I've been binge watching over the last few weeks, couple of weeks. And if you're a content creator and you're just starting out and you want a channel shout out, just let me know because chances are I don't know that you've got a channel like I didn't with these, even though I've seen them in chats and things. I don't always have time to, you know, um, check out YouTube and who's doing what. But I did a tag probably a week and a half ago, and it was my workhorse decks, and quite a few people have done the VRs to that. So of course, you click on the tag and you start watching people, and I was like, they've got a channel, which was the second one I'm going to shout out. But the first one is the lovely Jo from Behind the Veil. Um, Jo is fantastic. She's a psychologist, um, and she is so engaging. I literally have binge watched her videos. She's been on YouTube, I think it's about 3 months, um, but she's got so much knowledge, and she's just done a video, I think it was yesterday, about mental health awareness, because Mental Health Week is coming up in May, and the theme for this year's Mental Health Week is loneliness, and she did a fantastic they're quite short, her videos, but they're succinct, they're to the point. And she's got a voice where you could just sit back with a cuppa and just listen to her. And she uses tarot and oracle decks as a tool. So do check out Jo from Behind the Veil. And if there are any moderators that would kindly put a link in, that would be wonderful. And and there is Jo. Hello, Jo. I've just seen you that you was in the chat. And the second one, Shauna, you must be psychic because yes, the second one is Moran from Starseed Tarot. And I didn't know that Moran had a channel until he did my VR for the workhorse decks. And I've seen Moran in the chats, like I had Jo, but I hadn't made the connection. So thank you, Sandra, for putting a link to Jo's channel. So, and Moran again is somebody who's been around a few months now, but a lovely, warm young man, a very knowledgeable, um, just really, he is somebody who is quite engaging. He's very upbeat, very cheerful, and it's just a joy to watch. So do check out Moran from Starseed Tarot. So that's channel shout outs. And like I say, if you've got a channel and you want me to know and you've got a channel, I'll come and have a look and a watch. And I always like to do channel shout outs because, I was shouted out when I first started and I was really touched by it. So I always like to kind of pay it forward. Oh, so nice. So that's the channel shout out. So anyway, how is everybody doing? Let's have a little bit of a catch up before we have a look at I haven't bought a lot today. It's just a couple of bits, which we'll take a look at. And one of them you'll know anyway, because it's in the title, which is the £5 tarot deck. Fiver tarot deck for fiver. probably not be much good, but we'll have a look. Sandra, you're a star. Sandra's put a link into Moran's channel as well. Sub to Moran. Hi, Tamaya. Good to see you. Oh, Christina sub to both. Maharet has as well. So that's really lovely. You're welcome, Joe. I love Joe's channel. Yeah, it's great. Both channels are really nice. And I love it when new energies and new voices come into the community and start, you know, um, making content, and you really get to find out about the person, their personality, and everything else. So, exploring tarot, I'm planning to do a VR to your lovely tag. That would be exciting. And if you use the hashtag, I haven't checked for I think 2 days because it's just been really, really busy last couple of days. I've got some time tonight, and I'm relaxing through most of tomorrow after I've done my walk in the morning. So I intend to click on the hashtag and have a look and see who else has uploaded some. So if you are doing it, if you use the hashtag, I'll find it anyway. Subscribed earlier this week. I've been loving the tag. Thank you. I've really, really enjoyed seeing people's responses to it and what people's workhorse decks are. But I've really enjoyed as well people, because I said in it, if you want to add categories, because these are my decks that I use for certain types of readings or introspection, etc. But if you use tarot in a different way, and I know some people have added mediumship, I think, and ancestor work, um, so they've been putting extra ones in, and I've really appreciated seeing them as well, which has been a lot of fun for me to be able to see it. And I also agree, quite a few people started saying, well, actually, you can use one deck for all of those, and that's absolutely true as well. And I've said before, this deck that's always out on my uh, table is my ultimate workhorse deck. But this one deck, I could use for shadow work or path working. It'd be amazing to path work into the world of Pixies landscape, wouldn't it? I haven't actually. I've never done it with this deck. But yes, absolutely, you can, and that's great too. But for me, because I've got so many tarot decks, I like to use different ones for different types of work with the tarot. But that's just me. And if you're somebody that's only got 2 or 3 decks and there's 7 prompts, then you might use the same one twice. And a couple of people have said that I use this for inner child and shadow work, and they see the two as being kind of interconnected. So, all that would be fab, Navneet. What's that? Hope you come soon on Simon channel. Hope me too come soon on Simon. Oh, you want to come on? Yeah, absolutely. Hook me up later and we'll have a chat. Um, Always looking for people who want to come and sit in the hot seat, speak to people like Candy or Marty, because everybody finds it. I don't think, trying to think back over the last 4 years or so, I don't think there's ever been anybody who I haven't connected with before, and I've said, how are you? And they're like, really nervous. But every time it ends, they're like, wow, that went really well. So, it's nothing. I think sometimes we build it up in our minds that it's going to be this terrifying ordeal. And most people know the type of questions I ask now anyway, because I tend to stick with a skeleton type of set questions. But I don't know the channel that well, and that's quite rare. If I don't, then I'll do a bit of research anyway and find out what they're about, and I'll pick a few questions that are linked just to that individual too. I wouldn't mind coming on. I'm astounded I haven't yet. Yeah, well, like I say, let me know. Hello, Patsy. How are you? maybe you should try Simon Path working with Pixie's art could be interesting. Yeah, it could, couldn't it? Definitely. Over or under. Yeah. And I've been put in the hot seat. I don't know if you remember, but a couple of years ago, Kelly Bear did a Turning the Tables, and she interviewed me, asking me the questions that I asked other people. So she turned the tables and got me to answer the questions. And I got it, even though I knew the questions, I suddenly had that sort of, oh, so this is what it feels like. Um, yes, you should. Yeah. So, shall we have a look? As I say, I didn't get a lot. I went to Ice Nine and we went to Waterstones. We didn't do a lot of shopping because it's been such a warm, lovely day that we and it was very last minute. Dan contacted me Thursday night, Thursday night, I think it was, to say, shall we get together? Do you want to come to Manchester or shall I come to Nottingham? And I looked at some train tickets to go to Manchester, but then everybody was like, it's Easter weekend, it's going to be really, really busy. Um, so I was like, oh, I don't know what day to come. And then Dan just said, look, actually, I'll come to Nottingham. I could do with a day away. And we said, let's not make any plans, just come and we'll just take the day as it happens. So we had a coffee first. We sat outside. It was lovely and warm. And then he said he fancied going for a walk. So we walked along the river, as I said, had lunch. And then, but I saw a few bits and I'm like, I don't really want to be carrying stuff. So when we caught the tram back into the city, I went back to the shops and picked them up. So the first thing I got, which was from Ice Nine, I love Simon Goodies. Lots of them are on strike too. Oh, trains. Yes, that's true. I heard that. So this was in Ice Nine, and I really like them. They are these little, well, they're going to be offering bowls, but they're called pinch bowls. So you can put like herbs and things in, and you just pinch. But they've got them in white only, quite a few sets of white only, and then these in black and white. Well, I'm all about symmetry, and my candles are in my frothy candles that I got from Glastonbury are black and white either side of. Can you see? Oh, I'm doing it there, black, and then I can't do it in reverse. This is what Candy was trying to do last week. I can't do it. Maybe I should just point. Yeah, there we go. No, opposite way. White, there, white and black. Either side of my Gaia. So, so yeah, and I think that either soapstone or alabaster. I'm not I'm not 100% sure, but this one I can almost see through it. It's really, really light, but it's gorgeous. And this one is heavier. So I don't know if it's soapstone or alabaster, but beautiful. I really like them. So they was in a set. So they're going to go on my altar with some herbs that I got from Sons of Asgard for offerings. Um, looks like soapstone. Yeah, I think it is. Hi, Jonathan. Um, and then I got two things from nearly said Barnes and Noble. We don't even have a Barnes and Noble. Waterstones. That is our Barnes and Noble. I think it's the same family, but why would Barnes and Noble come in my head? I'm channeling somebody. I must be. So there's this one. Now in Barnes and Noble, in Waterstones, there's like a carousel near the till, and you have these little Where is? Isn't it annoying when you want to put your hand on something? Oh, yeah, here we go. This was the first one, um, and it's called Tarot Complete Kit, and they're like little sets with a little book. Now these are £9.99 for these little kits, and there was one that's the Biddy Tarot, isn't there? That was the second one. Here it is. This one, and they're just on a carousel. And that's got the little book there and the cards here. Again, £9.99. So these were the two that used to be out in these little. Why am I doing it the wrong way around? That's it. So they were the two that was out. Pop them back. But now they've got this one. I don't know if anybody's seen it. So it's called Set of 80 Tarot Cards. And there's two extra. Unlock your future and discover your deepest desires. And it's £4.99. Tarot for a fiver. Who knew? So we'll have a look at that in a minute and see what you get. I really like that little tarot by Dennis Fairchild. I bought it so many years ago. It's very basic, but it's nice. The colours are nice against the black background. Carousel was near the till. Offer impulse purchases while you're waiting to. Yes, yeah. Well, they have quite a lot of stuff on there. They have like little beckoning cats. They have little crystal balls. They have the plug-in salt lamps and stuff like that. They've even got a little mini Zoltan. Got lots of little Harry Potter stuff. Simon, I have a copy of the Black and White Wisdom Keepers Oracle I'd love to give to you as a thank you. How do I touch privately so I can send it? Black and White Wisdom Keepers. Oh my goodness. I've got an email address on my YouTube channel. But we'll talk because that is a out of print deck. So we'll talk about the trade or something because I feel much more comfortable if we kind of agree on a trade or something. But thank you. That's really, really, really kind of you, Alexandra. So thank you. I got this. Now I looked at this a couple of weeks ago, and I was kind of umming and ahhing about it, and I just didn't know. It's billed as a book, but it also includes a tarot deck. So unless it's in two halves, it's gonna be a very thin type tarot deck. But this has been out about a year, but it's only been in my Waterstones for a couple of weeks. And it says the tarot reconnect with you, a comprehensive introduction to the tarot with an illustrated tarot deck, and it's Sarah Bartlett. Now Sarah Bartlett, this is the reason why I was like, ooh, because Sarah Bartlett wrote the first book I ever read on tarot, which is the Tarot Bible. And this really was, well, probably still is my go-to, my Bible, Tarot Bible. And I love Sarah Bartlett, so I was like, oh, that's interesting. So it's a set, and then on the back it says a comprehensive introduction to the tarot to help you reconnect with and rediscover you and your path. The tarot includes an introduction to the tarot, an explanation of the meanings of every card in the major arcana and every suit in the minor arcana, practical exercises and sample meanings, and then a beautifully illustrated 78 card tarot deck. And I really liked the black and white images of the cards. So I thought, do you know what? And this wasn't expensive. This was £14.99. Well, no, £15. We just assume everything is 99 here, don't we? But it was 15 quid. So I thought, well, for £15, let's just give it a whirl. I haven't spent a lot at all today. In fact, I haven't spent a lot at all for weeks. I haven't bought a tarot deck for goodness knows how long now. So let's have a look. Oh, a bit weird. Just a floppy cover. So without the plastic, I'm not impressed with the design, because it would go on the bookshelf and it just comes off and it's just a tray. But never mind. Sandra's on a very low buy now. Yeah, they're in 2 halves, so that's a little bit better. Very low buy now, but still nice to see people steps and things. Yeah. So this is the book. Nice size. That nice soft silky paper. Oh, the illustrations is quite pretty, as you can see here. The Tarot Reconnect with You, Sarah Bartlett. So it's got an introduction, major arcana, minor arcana, spreads. Really like the artwork in this deck. Hi, Deanne. How are you, lovely? What is the tarot? What is the tarot? Here's a question to everybody. What is the tarot? The story of the tarot, how the tarot works. Well, this will be interesting, because that's the age-old question, isn't it? How does the tarot work? Well, let's see what Sarah Bartlett has to say. She says the tarot works in 2 ways. Interesting. First, as a symbolic language, relying on imagery, numbers, association, and a mirroring effect, and with her, on your personal current situation. And second, as a vehicle to tap into the universal energy of the moment. I like that. Tap into the energy of the universal, tap into the universal energy of the moment. Ooh. Divining for the future, engaging with the universe. See, I like that, because even though, I do have personified gods and goddesses, I say I have them. That's completely wrong what I'm saying there. I personify the source, the supreme being, whatever that is, whether that is God, goddess, whether that is the supreme soul, whether that's the universe, whatever it is, I personify, so I will have a representation of that. Whether it's my picture in the other room, which has a point of light radiating out, that is as much a personification of a soul as a god or goddess, as having Gaia, Ellen of the Ways, or Godbod on my sacred space. So I like that in terms of engaging with the universe. Mirrors, it talks about the tarot. Tarot as a mirror. It's got a section on symbols. I love that picture, Simon. Have you seen it, Brian? That picture. Before you begin, tarot journaling, the deck in its structure, and then it gives you, I like this as well, kind of like keywords for the suits. So swords, problems and troubles. The element is air, mental attitudes, discrimination, strife, adaptability. The zodiacal sign, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So it goes through each one. Then a little bit about caring for your deck, setting the scene. Well, let's see what she's saying about setting the scene. It's the way I picture God. What, that point of light. Always read tarot cards in a quiet place in order to focus clearly on what you want to know. Don't try and do too many readings in one day about the same issue. It will only confuse you. As long as we don't deny responsibility for our future choices, the tarot reveals uncannily past, present, and future patterns of behavior. When you first start practicing with a card for the day, you'll see how the card corresponds to the energy, experiences, and events over the following 24 hours. A bit on shuffling, drawing the cards, reading for yourself, reading for others, and then it goes into the major arcana. What is the major arcana? And then the cards. You get quite a lot of information for that full card. So it will give you 0 or unnumbered, the astrological affinity, Uranus, keywords, impulse, infatuation, blind to the truth, childlike, pure and uncorrupt, spontaneous, adventurous, eternal optimist, ready for a quest. And then it gives you a little right up here. The fool is a child within you who is about to journey forth without a care in the world, not knowing about the hardships and problems we have to face in life. And then it goes through symbols and meanings of the card. That's quite good having all this in here. The position interpretation. So you now, or blockage, or past, or future. And then it gives you a reversed meaning if you read reversals. So quite a nice book, actually. I mean, the thing is, how many tarot books can one person have? I've got a bookcase full of tarot books, but I like the little bands that go around them. So actually, together, that's not a bad sized deck. It is a pip deck. I hear people groan, "Oh, it's a pip deck." It is a pip deck. And remove the bands. So, quite a nice deck. These are the backs. Oh, the stars. I thought it was like a paint splat. Do you remember when you was at school, you used to get some paper and you used to dip your paintbrush in and then I thought it was that effect, but they're actually pink stars set against a dark teal background. Quite nice. Is it a standard tarot size? It is. Or all but a very short, almost nothing in it really. So yeah, it's a tarot size. Sometimes I wish I just learned on pips to start off. Never too late, MA. Grab a deck of playing cards and have a go. And you don't have to buy a Marseille, you can, but you don't have to buy a Marseille. You can get a pack of playing cards. And then all I would do is write down 1 to 10 and a meaning for the numerological association. And then you'll know from reading RWS, the coins is earth, which is, then it said spades then, which is diamonds, cups is heart, etc. And you know that they respond to, if we're talking about not spades, where am I going with this? Diamonds, which is pentacles, that's about, your home life, your work situation, that kind of bottom rung of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the everyday stuff. So if you pull a 4, which is stability, then it's telling you about having some stability in your home life or your work life, or is addressing that sort of thing. It can be as basic as that to start off with. Okay. I'll read this as well. I was actually going to show you the £5 deck. I might actually do a walkthrough of this. I've not filmed a walkthrough for a while, so I might film a walkthrough of this, and then show you the £5 deck. That's what I put on the title, so let's not confuse things. Marcella Robledo, in my opinion. What was the question? Hello, Justin. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, it's the way I did it. It's the way I did it. When we did March of the Pips back in, gosh, 2017, that's exactly how I did it. Ah, it's so nice. How are you, Justin? Um, Best Marseille deck in your opinion? Best Marseille deck, in my opinion, the one I have next to me, where I sit, and it is New Choice Tarot de Marseille. I love it so much. I do have a second favourite. This is the one by Rosario. I can't speak today. This is because I've been up since 5 o'clock and I've walked for 36 kilometres. I was sitting here earlier thinking, I don't even know if I've got the energy to go live. Ros Salerno is the creator, currently working on new voice RWS deck as a kind of a sister deck to this. But I love this. It is uh, dreamy cardstock, beautiful use of colours. It's got the best ever um, ace of coins I think I've ever seen. It is stunningly beautiful. What is going to be right at the bottom? Oh, there's the ace of cups as well, which is gorgeous. Look at that. And I know it's not traditional, but beautiful. Here it is. Look at that. I mean, just incredible. Now, this is the first edition with the gold. I think the second edition has like a copper edge to it. I never got that because I've got two copies of that. But up here is my second favourite, and this is the Tarot des Eaux Arcs. I have got this is a second edition with the orange backs. I have got the first edition, which I edged in like a teal colour. But this one has all different backgrounds and different styles. It's very impressionist, but this looks beautiful when you lay out your cards in a spread. Absolutely stunning. Hey Moran, talking of the devil, look. So, New Choice Tarot de Marseille, closely followed by Tarot des Eaux Arcs. Oh, look at the death card and the devil. Love this deck. And there's some gorgeous blues. I can't get over you wearing a hometown name on your shirt, Santa Cruz. I bought it at the seaside last year. It's when I was with you, Sandra. Do you remember? I bought this last summer. At the Hermit. That's like a burgundy kind of background. Devil's wearing a hot pepper looking growing piece. Yeah, you do remember Sandra. That's good. Yeah, and the blues are beautiful. So yeah, I got a backup copy of this because I loved it. And the first deck bled a little bit, but it wasn't. I built it up in my mind that I'd ruined the deck. And actually, when I looked at it, I think I haven't really, hardly noticeable. I loved it that much. I was like, oh, it's not perfect anymore. It's not perfect. I need to replace. So, and this was a bag that Anne Fort gave me. And I'm not quite sure why this deck is in this bag, because this bag matches the backs of the original copy. And now I'm thinking, what have I done with my original copy? Because I think I spotted it. Ooh, sorry to be all up close and personal. I think this is the original copy because it's the burgundy and blue, and Kelly Bear made it this pouch for me because it matches. So yeah, this is the original back. So you can see why I thought they would go well together. But because I edged it in this blue, because there's that blue in the deck, and look, it's hardly bled at all. And I was like, I've ruined it. Because like on here, look, you can just see top corner, little bits, hardly noticeable. But this was the first edition, which had these backs, and everybody complained about the back, saying look, it looked like Christmas wrapping paper. So she brought it out again with the orange backs. Watch your subs go up, Moran. Why, as Moran says, who's been talking about me? And if people are just coming in, we did the royal we. I did 2 shout outs. So Joe from Behind the Veil, fantastic channel, fantastic person, binge watching, and Moran from Starseed Tarot. Found Moran because he did my tag, and I've watched a lot of his videos over the last week. So both fantastic channels. So yeah, that was my shout outs for today. If you are just coming in, because it was right at the beginning. Okay, I am 50 minutes in, and I haven't even. Can I just digress for another second as well? Really, really loving this deck. This is the Old School by Destiny. It's a diddy little deck. It's plastic, so it's quite heavy. It's got this beautiful copper. I'm not sure it's going to even show up as copper. Oh, there we go. Beautiful copper gilding. It's got this Looney Tunes and Disney type combined effect. But the cards are aged. As I say, the plastic. But I'm loving this deck. It's great for shuffling, and because it's diddy, you can carry it around with you, and it's just gorgeous. I know it's child-like, but it's based on cartoons. It's actually taken over my Mystical Medleys. I was really enjoying Mystical Medleys, and it is a fantastic deck. But this one, I'm just loving it, really loving it. So Old School Tarot. There's one for Robin. And it's fab. So in terms of size, that's the size of the Old School Tarot. And since I unboxed it, and I think it was 6 decks, didn't I, sent from Destiny. This one hasn't left my table. The ones I'm working with at the moment that are out all the while is this one. My Oracle that I've been working with is Jens's deck, Purgatorium. Really loving working with this at the moment. And Jens, I don't know if you've checked out Mr. Freeborg Arcantum on Instagram. He is releasing a spooky, creepy version of the Marseille, and he's taking inspiration from his favourite Italian decks like Soprafino. And it's looking good. Posted a few images over the last few days, but so I've been using that as an oracle. I've been using my standard Pam A on a thick cardstock and old school. They're out on my desk at the moment. So, tarot for a fiver. Shall we have a look? And anybody got this? Anybody seen it? They had a stack of them in the shop, as I said, near the till, and I was like, "Oh, this is their latest offering." Every couple of years, they bring out a tiny deck, but they're normally a tenner, and as I say, this is 4.99. So, the two-part box. Oracle I can't put down is Oracle of Echoes, second edition. Oh, I really want the second edition. I need to speak to. I think there's some more coming out. Is it in about a month's time? 'Cause I've got the first edition, but I really got FOMO. I'm like, well, there's an extra cards, and I love it so much. Ugh. So these are quite small. Yeah, they're not the thinnest I've seen for a £5 deck. I think if these were full size, you'd be like, oh, they're really thin. They are bigger than the one I've just showed you, the old school tarot. Um, that's not lined up very well, is it? Sort yourself out, Simon. So they're a little bit bigger than the old school. But for a carousel deck, that's the size. That image reminds me of something. Have I ever seen that before? The pyramid with the eye and the hand. That's like a really familiar image. Oh, it's basic. It's really basic. But if you're learning symbols, this will be a good deck for that. Bit like the Biddy Tarot one. What is that one called? Did we say? Every day. That one was in purples and golds. This is in black, white, and purple all the way through. But it's symbols really. So you've got the Fool here, which is the kind of court jester type fool hat. Illuminati. Illuminati. I have something similar Stephen bought me. It was Five Below store. We should do a tag on the most inexpensive decks. Yeah. Robin likes the colours. Yeah, well, I love purple anyway, and that was another draw for me. I was like, oh, it's in purple. And that's what I loved about the Everyday Tarot and the Biddy Tarot was the purple and gold together, two of my favourite colour combinations. So again, magician, but this is like the fool was kind of like the court jester fool. This is a performing magician with the rabbit in the hat and the magic wand. The high priestess. We get two pillows, two pillars, pomegranate, and the crescent moon. That's quite nice. I quite like that. Symbol you think you have seen before, Simon? I meant Illuminati. Yeah, the Illuminati is the pyramid, isn't it, with the eye? But this symbol with the hand and everything, I'm sure I've seen it in something quite recently. Why have we gone straight to strength? Oh, they're not in order. That's strange. Strength is the lion. We get the lemniscate there. We have judgment. Wonder why they're not in order. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and Knight of Pentacles. And then we get the introduction. Now, if this had been a pre-recorded, I'd pause now and put it in order. I don't really want to put the "I'll be with you shortly" screen back on and some music while I put the deck in order. So you get a little introduction card which says tarot cards have been used for divination since the 18th century. The reader can predict the future of the subject with each card holding its own divinatory meaning. Yeah, there's a bit of information there. How to use the tarot. Have a guess what you think the first prompt might be. How to use the tarot. What do you think the first prompt is that they've printed on a little card to get you started? Hello, Anne. I like seeing minimalist decks. It's interesting to see. I really enjoyed that one you showed, Robin, actually, of all the symbols on. I didn't think I would. When you started showing them, I was like, not sure. But as it went on, I really liked seeing it, and it stuck with me, which is quite shuffle the deck. No, how to use the first prompt. Open the box. Well, if we've got this card in our hand, you can guarantee we've already opened the box and we've taken the cellophane off. Close your eyes. Open the box. And the second one is whilst holding the cards in your hands, examine them to be clear on what you want to ask the cards. Give your cards a thorough shuffle. That's the third prompt, all of you that said shuffle. Lay out your cards on your chosen spread. Then turn over one by one. Decipher the reading. You can use intuition, but for beginners, a guide can be helpful. Popular spreads to try. 3-card reading, one for each past, present, or future. Week ahead, pull 7 cards. Lay out and decide which card represents each day of the week before turning the cards over. But yeah, first things first, open the box. You have to be truly psychic to read the cards without opening the box, right? And to be able to get the instructions that are telling you to open the box. The Hierophant, we've got the headdress, we've got the staff, we've got the cross keys. Oh, the Lovers is a lot of interlocking hearts. Chariot is a Sphinx, and the curtain from the Chariot box. The Harry Potter Quidditch ball. We have the World. Got the whole world in his hands. Love the Hermit. Love the Hermit card. Just that hand holding the lantern. I really like that. I might edge this in purple. Simon, Martin showed a symbols only deck with just symbols the other day. It was quite interesting. It was the one I've just been talking about that Robin showed as well. Because I saw Robin's and commented, and then Martin uploaded one, and I was like, oh, I've just watched a walkthrough of this. Page of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. That's interesting. Ten of Pentacles. So it's not too pippish. 9. We seem to be going backwards now. 8. That's interesting for the 8 of Pentacles, isn't it? 7. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune just thrown in the middle of our Pentacles. That's like the Wheel of Fortune quiz game. Very literal. Yes, the Dissembled Tarot. Thank you, Moran. Justice. We have the Swords and the Scales. Oh, now this is really interesting for the Hanged Man. Look at that. That's quite powerful, isn't it? Very different kind of take on the Hanged Man. Kind of like the setting sun as well in the background. I like the Lips Without People, says Maharat. We've got the Death. Temperance. That's good for temperance. I like the angel wings. Six of Pentacles is quite clever. We've got the hands giving and the hands receiving, the scales, using that discernment. I like that the hangman has his nails polished. Five of Pentacles, got that kind of church doorway. The Four holding on to the coins. We get the kind of architecture stained glass effect on the three. Two, about balance. Oh, look at the devil. Now the devil is really interesting because we've got almost the devil there, just without the body. We've got the horns, the wings, the forked tail. I like that. I quite like this deck. This is a fiver. Great for learning the symbols. But the tower, I like the tower. Not being struck or anything, it's just a tower. Cool devil, yeah. The star. The moon, it's got all its phases going around as well. The sun. Ace of Pentacles. I love how the people are missing. There's just the crown there at the top of the throne and the sword. Queen. The knight has like a chess piece. Like actually, it's more like a My Little Pony, but you get the point. Reaching for the stars. I might have purchased this one if our Waterstones hadn't closed. Oh no! I'm surprised Waterstones is closed in. Page of Swords. Very similar to the Page of Pentacles, isn't it? It's got the same hat with the feather in. Let me just see if I can find that again. It was near the beginning. I think all of our pages might be similar. So Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles, different mountain range in the background, but people are talking about medieval Scapini. I love that deck. Emperor. Oh, so they're beards. I didn't realise that with the pages, that they're beards. At first I thought they were Y fronts. The Empress. We've got the female symbol there, and this beautiful crown with the stars. King of Wands. Queen. My Little Pony again appears for the knight. Oh, I like the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords has a skull and crossbone. I like that. That's a good representation. $5. I wonder how much it would cost. So it'll be less, unless they just do like for like. But £5. Oh no, it'll be more, wouldn't it? Would it? How does it work? £5. Yeah, it would be about $7, $7.50. Eight of Swords. That is clever. I like that. I like that. It's well thought out for a basic deck. I think it's really well thought out. Swords on the boat going across the water. There's the Page of Wands, Ten of Wands. I just thought what that might be, and beards was not my first guess. No, it wasn't mine either. That's funny, Y fronts. They do look like Y fronts though, don't they? Kind of a more traditional Eight of Wands, but these are like bow and arrows, aren't they? Rather than wands. Seven of Wands. Five of Swords. Got that skull there. Three of Swords. There's a weeping heart. The Two. And the Ace. Yes, Vintage Moon. I have the Spirit Within, so I don't think I need this deck. I get where you're coming from in terms of a similar vibe. The difference being Spirit Within does have human forms, although kind of silhouette. They do have human forms, but the humans have been completely removed from this deck. You're left with symbolism. Although you get hands and things like you do here, and in the Hanged Man card. Four of Wands. Cute Six of Wands. I wondered what you would think. Yeah, the little pony look. It does look like a My Little Pony, doesn't it? The horses in this deck. Oh, look at the Ten of Cups. Still got the rainbow in the distance. Nine of Cups. Eight of Cups. I like that. That's a good representation, as is the Seven. It's just missing the silhouette shadowy figure. Six of Cups. Trinity Tarot, it's another good one, yeah. Ace of Wands. And then we have the King of Cups. I love the water in front. Queen. I've just seen them because Page of Cups is my significator card. Now, bearing in mind, all of the pages have been the same. It's got the hat, the feather, it's got the Y front type beard, and then the symbol. Except for the page, this is brilliant. I love it. Page of Cups. Isn't that the best? Oh, favourite card in the deck by far. Look at his little face. Just you imagine him whistling away. I can't whistle. Oh dear. Five of Cups. Four of Cups. Three of Cups I like. It's got the three hands holding out, raising a glass. Oh, the Two of Cups is nice as well. Interlocking. And the Ace of Cups. So I'm assuming that all of the cards are there. That hat is everything. But it's just incredible how it stands out from the other three. I'm gonna have to find them now. I like this. I think this is a rare for £5. I wasn't expecting much at all. I was like, well, it's a fiver. We'll have a look. Be interesting. Lots of people. Money's tight right now, isn't it, for a lot of people? And you can get, um, a deck which, I know what you think of it. It's still got a lot of the symbols there. You can read with it easily. Read with this. Just get a little, cheap. If you're in the UK, something like the Works little book, and away you go. Can't find it now. There we are. Yeah, so our 4 pages, the first 3 are all pretty much the same, as you can see here. Pretty much the same. You just get this dude. I love it. Love it. So yeah, so a nice deck, nice size, very easy to shuffle. I'm assuming all 78 cards are there, like I say, because they were in order. Always makes me a bit nervous when cards aren't in order. But yeah, really nice. Nice little deck. So there we have it. That's the deck for a fiver. So what else? Oh, I was going to grab me a drink then and it's gone. Isn't that disappointing when you're like, oh, I need a drink and then your cup's empty? Let's have a look what you guys have been talking about for the last however long. Bye, Justin. Happy Easter and Passover for those that celebrate. Simon, I could see you in a hat like that, or with a little feather at the side. What's Shauna doing that's exciting? I'm excited. After this, I'm meeting up with a high school buddy I haven't seen in years. Oh, that's fun. Hi, Calla. I like it when we meet up. That's what today's been about, just chilling out with somebody I've not seen for quite a while. Does anyone like Mystic Mondays? I don't dislike it. It's not a deck I reach for very often, but I don't dislike it. I keep forgetting it's Easter, says Patsy. Have you not got chocolate eggs in the fridge, Patsy? You're welcome, Susie. My pleasure. I want it just for that card. Would you like this deck in pink? I'm glad it's in purple. I love it in purple. Vintage Moon says, I'm trying really, really hard to be discerning because I do not declutter. Oh, I started. I'm going to do some more tomorrow. But I started vlogging as well. It was probably a vlog that will never make it onto this channel because I decided that my shelves here are starting to look a bit untidy again. And about a year ago, I tidied them all up and I just haven't got heart to do it all again. But as decks have gone on and they're kind of, oh, there's a gap there, let me put it there. It's starting to look a bit untidy. And I can't readily find a deck. I'll think, oh yeah, that deck. And then I'll look and it's not where I thought it was. And there's a lot of decks that I haven't used for a long time, but I don't want to box them up because if I box them up and close the lid on the box and store them, I'll forget about them because that's how I am. I'll forget and they'll just not be used. And if they're going to be in a box and not used, they may as well go and somebody use them. So I need more storage, but I can't fit any more storage in here. I just can't. It's full. So in the spare room, I've got the old wall unit that used to be here. So if you go back to my old videos from 5 years ago, I've got like a shelving unit that had all my decks on then before I bought this IKEA one. but it's full of stuff that I want to do a car boot. So I keep thinking to myself, I must do a car boot sale. All through lockdown, I'm like, oh, as soon as lockdown's done, I'll do a car boot. I'll do a car boot. Um, so I've been putting stuff onto these shelves, the things that I no longer want, ornaments, trinklements, all that kind of stuff. Thinking, right, I'll do a car boot. So I'm vlogging away, and I'm like, right, what I'm gonna do is my plan is to take off from here decks that I'm not working with currently, which out of 700 decks is going to be a few, and then store them, display them because they've got to be displayed. They go in boxes, they'll never see the light of day again, in the spare room. So I can walk into the spare room at any time, look across all the shelves, and see decks. And then this unit here will have, like I've got at the top, 3-tier displays. and they and I'm thinking if I put, I don't know, 400 into the back room and then just have like 200 in this room displayed nicely of my most favorite decks. Sounds great. And then last week I set to clearing the spare room, and I got to a point where it's like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Everything I picked up, I was like, "Do I really want a car boot that? No, I don't want a car boot that. I can't get rid of that. So and so got me that. Oh, I've had this for about 20 years. Oh, I can't let go of this." And I looked at it and I thought, I'm not getting anywhere. There were loads of stuff that I I've got boxes for car boots, and I've got boxes for charity shop. So there's loads of things that, right, let's go into the charity shop. Right, that's going in the car boot. That I can't let go of that. I can't let go of that. And I just stood there and thought, I'm in a worse mess now than what I was before I started. So I abandoned it. I was like, I got into that sort of, right, I've had enough, I've had enough, can't do this. Shut the door on the room, came in here just last Sunday, made a coffee, sat on the sofa, put Netflix on and thought, not doing it, not doing it, I have to live in the mess. But I will, because a week's passed now and I thought, well, why rush it? Just keep going back in there. If I do another hour tomorrow, perhaps another hour on Monday, perhaps another hour next weekend, just keep taking bits away. Be, you know, resolute in my decisions. Car boot, keep, give away to charity shops. And then once I've got those units clear with nothing on them, I can then start offloading from this unit here into that room. I'll get there. I will. I will. And I'll keep vlogging so you can share my pain and frustration. Um, so what have I missed? I got up to Patsy saying, I keep forgetting it's Easter. Caroline is waiting for a deck called Lucid Dreams Tarot. Have you heard of it? I think I have. Lucid Dreams. I think I have. Can't remember much about it. There's only, I don't think I've got any decks coming. Really don't think I have. Trying to think if anybody's reached out and said, "Can I send you a deck?" Oh, the Fortuna decks, you know, the amethyst and the emerald. There's a new one coming out, and that creator has asked if she can send me the copy, and I was yes, because those decks are beautiful. I backed on Kickstarter Brandt's deck, Moon Baby Tarot, second edition. Cards are the same, it's just got different colour edging and a different box. But I thought it'd be nice to have a backup, so a backup to backup. But yeah, and it's to support Brand because he's a friend. Sandra can't have Easter eggs. Pat's is being good. No chocolate. What was that deck called again? This one, the £5 one. It's called Set of 80 Tarot Cards. That's naughty, isn't it? 80. The two extras, the instructions, and it just says, unlock your future and discover your deepest desires. So that's what it looks like. It's a very simple two-part box. It says tarot cards. I'd imagine Barnes and Nobles have this in if Waterstones do, because I think they're the same family, a bit like Asda Walmart. Oh my God, Simon. What's that, Sandra? I forget decks at the back of the shelves. If I unbox them, I'd never see them again. If I box them, yeah, I'm the same, Patsy. Especially little tuck boxes. There's a section down here that's rammed full of tuck boxes from years ago, like Connolly Tarot. What's this one? That Grey Library, whatever it was called, Light Grey Tarot. That's another one I've not looked at for ages. What's this one? What is that one? Oh, the El Gran Tarot. That's the Tarot. Loads of tuck boxes down here. Napo Tarot. Tons. What's this Rider Waite one? Must be a knockoff one. Well, it's an AGM, but it's a Diddy one. I didn't even know I'd got that. It's not even on my RWS section. Complete set of tarot cards with instructions. There's another one. Anyhow, I feel the same way about my shelves, but every time I think about it, I start breaking out in hives. I know, and it feels sometimes insurmountable, doesn't it? It's like I can't do it. I can't, but I can. And it always feels amazing once you've done it. Once you've done it, you get that sense of completion. Sean, a trinklement, uniquely Simon saying, I need to pull out my decks and do a purge. See, I can't purge. I can't. Almost every deck I've given away, I've bought back because I've regretted it. I would be overwhelmed. Yeah, and if you saw my video that I did last year when I last tidied these shelves, I took every cubicle out, Florida watered the life out of them, and then I'd got decks all over the floor. And at that point, I was up to about 620 maybe. And I was so overwhelmed, and I thought, oh my gosh. And then I thought, I've got to put them all back. But once it was done, I was like, okay, looking at it, thinking that looks lovely. Now I look at it, I'm thinking, it's looking a bit scruffy again. My decks are everywhere. I can't find them all. And that's the problem, you see. I need to be able to space them out a bit so I can easily see them and know where they are. I might even catalogue them. Why make more work for myself? That's a silly idea. I know exactly what you're talking about, says Maharet. I'm so tired, guys. I'm really, really tired. Maybe you need some help with it, Simon. Maybe I just need some help, Sandra. Full stop. I feel you, Simon. What happened to your arm? These scratches. What about them? I don't know. Don't know, Christina. I think I do it in my sleep. I think I scratch myself because, yeah, these are like cat scratches or something. And there's no reason, so I must do it in my sleep. You have the Jean Dodal Kickstarter, that's coming soon. No, I get them sent to me ahead of Kickstarter, so I've got it. I've got nothing on Kickstarter other than Moon Baby Tarot. We haven't heard anything from Brant in such a long time. Yeah, it's just really busy, I think. I'm impatiently waiting for 78 Tarot. We might have to wait a bit longer now that they're having to change one of the cards. Full moon, taro tea and chocolate for me tonight. Oh, that sounds amazing. Taro tea and chocolate. I guess this is how I kind of go through as well. It's Easter. Surely I can have a bit of chocolate with it being Easter. Surely. And then after Easter, I'll be like, why did I have some chocolate? Simon, you need more chocolate or possibly some jelly beans, trichoments and ornicles. What you do need that one card that tells you to open the box. Sorry? What you do need that one card that tells you to open the box. Oh, that. Yeah. Open your box. Step number one. Uh, what did it start with? Breathe in and out. I still have Levi jeans from when I was in my 20s, thinking someday they'd be worn in just right. Yeah, gosh, your space never looks messy to me. It looks like a tarot wonderland. Well, yeah. I mean, some sections look really neat. Like where my Tims are, they look perfect. But as you go lower down, it gets a little bit cluttered. That complete set of tarot cards is so weird, like the Knight of Swords. I think it's like the best card in the deck. I like the Page of Cups. Nine of Swords, not Knight. I see. I do that, Simon. What do you do, Sandra? Hi, Hillary. Nice to see you. I can't purge either. My deck's become a part of me for better or worse. Hi, everyone. Bit late to the party tonight. Hello, Lowen. Nice to see you. Simon, is there one deck that fits all people? Is there one deck that fits all people? No, I don't think there is. No, because everybody's different. So one person will have a deck that fits all categories for them. But you've got people who are strictly Marseille. You've got people who are RWS all the way and don't do pips. You've got Thoth readers who are, that's their ride or die. And I have heard a certain Thoth reader say that all the other tarots pale in significance to Thoth. So no, there isn't one deck that fits all people. And I think that's why, there's a plethora of decks out there. That's why I really enjoyed doing the my soul card, my soul deck tag, because seeing everybody's soul deck was wonderful because there was just such a varied and breadth, broad breadth of decks for people. I think of somebody like Diane Jaracki, her soul deck at the time was the Gaian Tarot, and others was the Japaridze Tarot. Um, Gil Tarot was somebody's, and I just remember seeing all these different Beckers is, Okash and Thorn. So there can't be one deck for all people. But I don't remember purging my collection ever. I have so many Kickstarter decks coming in and need to make room. Buy a new shelf. Buy a new shelf or a new bookcase. You'll find space. When it comes to tarot, there doesn't seem to be one size fits all. No, I don't think it's possible. It would get boring if we all like the same thing. Yeah, it would. It would. And I love to see what ticks people's boxes and what, when they say, oh, this deck is everything to me. I'm always like, oh, I think that's how my deck collection grew because when I started hearing people and why this deck was their soul deck, I was like, oh, I need to get that deck and work with it. Anyway, oh my gosh, that soon happened. I thought Oh, we've got like 20 minutes left. Let's have a look at the chat. Now we're at half past. I've not even pulled a card yet. So let's pull a card and then I'll go off and have an early night. So a card for the collective. What do we need to focus on for the week ahead? Oh, a jumper. We'll go with it. We have the Two of Pentacles. Very short, quick message this week. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Don't try and swim upstream. Allow the river to take you along. For me as well, the Two of Pentacles always reminds me that we can do more than one thing at a time. We might feel that we're pushing upstream, but actually, we can do more than we think we're capable of doing. So seek the joy in what you're doing. Don't see it as a chore. If you can, and it's easy just to give out a sweeping statement like find joy in trying to do what you're doing, but only if you can. I was having a conversation actually with Dan today. We were talking, and I was on about how um, just find the pleasure in stuff that you might normally think as being mundane. And I do that sometimes. We've just been talking about the decks and moving them, and oh, it's insurmountable. And, oh, I ain't got the heart. But if we turn it into a pleasurable experience, if we shift our mindset, then we can take on more than we think we can. We can find that balance. But, let's not fight against it. Just go with the flow. Like I said, I'm going to do an hour here, an hour there, very gently. And yeah, let's not force the issue. Go with the flow of the stream. Do what you can do, but realize you can actually do more than you think you can do. We'll find that balance. All righty then. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. It's been lovely to hang out. Have a fantastic weekend. If you're in the UK, enjoy your extended long bank holiday weekend. If you celebrate Easter, have a lovely Easter. If you eat chocolate, enjoy your chocolate bunnies and your Easter eggs and everything else. Just take time to enjoy the moment, enjoy life, and I will be back. Well, I will come on in the week and we'll have a look at that deck together, the black and white deck that I was showing you earlier. But until then, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.